let me tell you where I'm from. It's G to the K. Phela ngithi uyazi ezaseKaslama street isikhathi khohlakele blind and as harsh kuma visitors phume Soweto wena uphuma kweliphi igasi cause la ngiphuma khona basabu ukukhipha igasi.
I'm from abanye bathi kusengena class bakusola mama angisikolo bathi awuna class langiphuma khona ilanga lishona kungena crack ngapha macabanga uganga ngaphoyisa avela
phume kaselito lakuchila namabhoza khona it's the same hood lakuphuma uCyril Ramaphosa khona zinja zara asikonkot parazalu bazolezi out I'm proud of
phume kaselisoft lakhulunywa isilungu khona it's the same hood lasihlukunyezwa amabhunu khona nasegate bafuna idompas bafuna ukubona mina nginamahloni ukuphakamisa la ngiphuma khona.
I'm from and nobody on the rhythm that I'm on. They don't want focus on the matches. The girls get light on, she get passed on and sent back. Like the basket they sat on, you get light on. And squeeze you along like you made a nylon.
Where I'm from, Brian Brunnervane Buckies, Skria Blow Bulla, Fatni Kakni. Then throw our pistols up cause the sky's the limit. From tomorrow let a homie come for a visit.
And you gon' know once you win it. Refrain if you bruise easily. Them dudes finicky, precise. It's crime military, artillery, hella licking their weapons, imagery, control the tendencies, avoid any kind of emergency.
Where I'm from, we fear the cops more than crooks. Don't pay that bribe, you get beaten and took. Then get smacked if you try be a funny guy. Dark days in PTA, despite the sunny side.
Am I wrong? Thinking that I'm strong, I grind on. Two spokes on wheels that I ride on. I rhyme strong, and you can feel it in my song. Where I'm from, ain't nobody on the rhythm that I'm
from the Southwestern Township, where we get down kick, where you usually get jacked the toe tag for your outfit, where the place of mumble rapper 6 feet underground kid from the 1 and 5 2. You can't fuck with a sound kid.
Where I'm from, you get kicked out if you don't come strong. The hood with the best MCs drop bombs strong. Shapa Garantwana that's moving, spin wheels. 18 is the code, my hood
yo, I said real deal. Where I'm from, niggas got real skill. Shit's ill, you whack. You get ate like a free meal, like Gaslam. Raps are non-fiction like Ill Bill. I'm from where kings never die, kiss the ring nail.
Donor, shissing on a bigger cow. Strap on my border, almost petty cow. But how did my hit pays it?
Am I wrong? Thinking that I'm strong, I grind on. Two spokes on wheels that I ride on. I rhyme strong, and you can feel it in my song. Where I'm from, ain't nobody on the rhythm that I'm on.
Welcome to the masterclass. Yo, you don't even have to ask. You're all welcome to the masterclass as we hatch the past, present while we craft the past.
Welcome to another mind-boggling episode of the Masterclass Podcast, episode 105. My name is Rashid K, the HNIC, the Beast Ren God, and I'm not alone. I'm with
OG triple, you know what it is. Back at it like a crack addict. We do this every single Friday, so we out here again, man. Just for all the students. Big shout out to Big Rashid K. Grandpicham.
Ah, no, I'm nice. How you be?
What's the word? I like the word, the fact that you use mind-boggling.
Yeah.
Eh? Mind-boggling. Would you say, like, using the word mind-boggling is like a hip-hop term? Like something that's mind-bending, mind-boggling.
It will be a hip-hop term. Because like when it comes to hip-hop, we're free with words. Yeah. We can take this word and make it mean
something else. Yeah. I was listening to Stan the other day, Eminem, Stan Diddle. And I'm thinking to myself, shit, like hip-hop has such a crazy influence that word, which was just homie's idea, came into being an English word with a definition. You know what I mean? It's in the English dictionary. Is the word stan.
Yeah, sometimes you mention something not knowing how far it's gonna go, and then it becomes something else. Like the first artist to use the word G-Funk was Tupac, 1991 feature by Above the Law.
Okay.
He said G-Funk. And then it became a thing. It became a subgenre in the West Coast.
Yeah.
In South Africa, Stone was featured on a remix by Twistyle.
Okay.
And then
Twistyle.
On Twistyle. And then he said on the intro, Kimbutswako, because he didn't know what remix is in vernac. And the Mutswako subgenre didn't exist. It did existed, but it didn't have a name.
Okay.
You know, so from then on, the whole thing became Mutswako.
That's crazy. So you're saying we can attribute that to Brastone?
Yes.
Wow.
Brastone. He didn't invent the word. He didn't invent the genre, but he put the two together.
All right, and then everybody else just followed suit, and then it became
Mutswako,
that we know, obviously. Starting from that side,
starting from that moment, Stone.
That's crazy. Speaking of mind-boggling, give me one mind-boggling SA hip-hop moment for you, and I'll give you mine. Like one that just like, you're like, what the fuck? That's SA hip-hop? What happened?
I don't know, man. Like, there's a lot. The Dome was a game changer, and it was like
mind-boggling.
Yeah, it was also mind-boggling because we didn't know whether it was gonna happen or not. It was gonna be successful. Is Casper crazy? Can he do this? You know, there was that like atmosphere, like of doubts and anxiety and anticipation. You know what I mean?
That probably changed everything. In terms of how people tour, how people move around.
After that, you had a lot of people doing one-man show.
Yeah, are they as successful though?
To be successful, that's why they do it. They trick us. You'll call it a one-man show, but there's 15 artists on the lineup.
Exactly, but that's also Casper did that as well. You know what I mean? It wasn't really Superman one man.
Yeah.
But you know the industry must come together as you spoke about.
You must do it this Java way. One-man show for real.
Yo, I've been seeing a lot of people supporting your theories on collaborations. It seems like as a hip-hop wants to work together.
It has no other choice.
It's shocking for me.
Yeah.
Like for everyone to be like, okay, Yazine, we want to span together because we can see that maybe there'd be more money being made if we were together than apart.
I mean, it's been working for years, even overseas. Drake doesn't feature because he can't do songs alone. There's a reason for features. There's a reason for collaborations. But I'm not gonna go deep into that because we already tackled it. Yeah.
No, I feel you. Otherwise, how's your hip hop week been? Anything interesting? New music?
It's all good. It's all good.
Who's killing it? Who's whack?
I see artists are coming back. I see an Ifani come back.
Oh yeah.
I see a Maraza come back. You know, I don't know who else is gonna come back.
It's very interesting, the guys you're speaking about right now. Ifani coming back, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel about an Ifani comeback, and what do you expect from an Ifani or someone like an Ifani coming back into the space? What are you expecting to hear, and what are you expecting to do from what he's done before?
I don't know if when Ifani left, there was any artist who filled that void.
Yeah.
You know?
He's a fact. Till this day, dog. Till this day.
Ifani was a big superstar when it comes to Xhosa rap.
When it comes to Xhosa rap.
Yeah. And then like awards, sales, he had shows, he had everything like that defines a superstar.
Word.
We haven't had such an artist, you know, from the Eastern Cape or in the Xhosa rap sphere.
Word. I feel like if Ifani was, if we had TikTok and Instagram Reels and shit when Ifani was still popping,
yeah,
that nigga would have been mad huge, dog.
Yeah.
If some of his songs right now are still being used for like dance challenges and things like that on TikTok, if he had to come back, I would expect him to come back and keep giving us that shit. I don't expect him to come back as a conscious nigga now, you know, and start miracle lyricking, you know what I mean? Like, I want him to come back and be that Ifani, where we have hip-hop competing in the social media space. Like, those 30-second clips,
I think
Ifani would rock that
he
shit.
needs to be, he's grown now. I think he needs to reach the same level, not with the same content. You know, he's not 20 anymore.
But like, still okay, sharp. I get that. You're right.
Yeah.
But now you're saying what would then be, not even speaking about Alfani, but any rapper in that same situation, what would be the focal point of what you're trying to do? Would you want to give us the stuff that made you blow up, or give us your new shit that you hope is going to blow up when we've been supporting the old shit?
I don't think you should come 10 years later and give us the same thing you gave us 10 years ago.
It's very interesting that you say that.
Yes, if you want old Kanye, go listen to old Kanye.
But now, am I wrong for not liking new Kanye?
No, you're not.
But I love Kanye, you know what I mean? Like, I love Ifani. If Ifani comes back now, am I supposed to, like, turn my back on him as a fan?
No, it's all about the music. You're not forced to like. You're not a slime who love everything Aries does. You're not a Tsibibian who love everything Casper does. You're not a Magacy who love everything AKA does. You know, a proper fan would say, yo, I love your previous shit, but here it's a no for me. You know, that's an objective fan. That's an objective fan. No, even if you love the artist, you're a fan of Eminem. But if you think this is a miss, you must be honest and be objective and say, this is not it.
This is not the one.
Yeah.
Be able to call it out.
Yeah.
But they always say also, like, even if you bring it into sports terms, a true fan always believes his team is never going to lose. So even if you can you still believe that, yo, fuck it, I'm going to be at the stadium whether we're winning or we're losing.
You know what? They believe that if this is a miss, if this song is not a hit, I know my guy is gonna come back. He's gonna go back to the drawing board. If Kaizer Chiefs loses a game, they don't say we're not attending the next game. They're still hoping that they're gonna perform and win the next game. So it's the same with art. Like, this song was a flop, but I trust this dude is gonna come back with a hit.
Yeah. Let's talk about that. I like that you brought up the fact that songs are a flop. I've been seeing and hearing from a lot of artists who feel like some of their best joints and the songs that they're putting out are flopping. And that's sort of like so discouraging for them as young artists who feel like, you know what, even when I drop shit that comes from the heart and I put it out on my EP, you know, and I talk to Rashid, I talk to OG, they play it, they do whatever they can, but people are still not clicking and picking up my shit, dog. What do we say to those students? Because a lot of homies have been hitting me up talking about, yo, but I dropped last week, or I dropped 2 weeks ago, I dropped last month. I'm like, shit, I haven't even heard your shit, my nigga.
What's your rollout plan? What's your budget? Because it's not organic anymore. Don't fool yourself. Blowing up is not...
Like, having a hit is no longer having a hit, is what you're saying?
I'm saying blowing up or having a big song is not organic. You need to have a rollout plan. You need to have a budget for plugging, for PR, for brown envelope, payola. You know, you can deny it all you want. That shit is there. It exists. These motherfuckers take money and put your song on high rotation. So you need that money. You need that budget. You know, that's why it's hard. It's hard for indie artists to compete with the signed artists from the majors, because the majors have all the budget. Yeah. You know, and you see it when it comes to the awards. Because now you're going to look at airplay and then you neglect the fact that this airplay was paid for. You know, you look at all these numbers that were paid for, which is also a disadvantage for indie artists who don't have the resources.
Yeah, which means the Nyugu, really.
The Nyugu
if you
game.
Don't have that, what did we spoke about? You said 100K a month to keep your career alive? Yeah, in Mzansi. Yeah. 100K a month.
100K a month.
To keep yourself competing with the rest of the people that are
have a video, a nice, good quality video, some promos, pay some Twitter people, influencers, pay some few people on radio here and there, and then you sort it with your single.
If it's good,
if it's good, until the next 100K.
Don't give niggas false hope.
Until the next 100K.
No matter what. No, dog, you must have a
the song must be good. Yeah, the song must be able
to work on TV, music videos. Like, it must be a song that
because there's a lot of
something.
There's a lot of rich whack kids with all the money.
True.
Yeah.
It's like that kid at soccer, you know, when you were growing up.
Yeah.
Got the nice boots, but this nigga can't even make a pass.
Oh yeah. The ball is yours.
Something I want us to talk about, dog, before we get into class. How do you feel about what Ebro said, man? Apple Ebro. When he spoke about how record labels are now starting to look to sign African, Latina, Asian, that kind of music over rap and hip hop. You saw that, right? I know.
I saw that. Yeah. America is not giving us anything new.
Okay.
America is not. We have trap all over the world. We have drill in the UK. They do it better than New York drill and Chicago drill. America has nothing to offer. They jumping into amapiano. They jumping into Afrobeats. They jumping into Latin American music. Because they have nothing to offer, and they looking at the bottom line, which is the money.
I feel you. Now,
you know what I mean?
Now, thank you for sharing Rashid's business mind.
Yeah.
Now, share your real thoughts about that shit. Because I know. I know, but I know you very level. But I know there's a way you feel about this, and I need that. Not that.
I think American hip hop sucks.
But now here's the thing, my nigga, right?
Where's the thing?
If they saying, right? If Apple is saying, and like record labels are saying, look, we're not trying to sign rappers at all anymore. We're looking for different sounds. And different sounds equals them going to Europe, going to Asia, going to South America, North, you know what I mean, coming to Africa.
But that's
right?
that's for new artists. You must understand that there are already established brands. Drake, Kendrick, J. Cole, they can do whatever. No record label can tell them, no, you must change to this sound. Those are like already established brands. But for the new artists that are trying to crack, and it's going to be difficult for them
to rap in the way in.
They're going to be told that, yo, you're going to work with Burna Boy on this one. You're going to work with Stormzy on this one. You're going to work with this Brazilian artist. They're going to try to tap into the world music all over the world.
Now, I love that, right?
Yeah.
So what does that do to SA hip-hop artists in the booth right now, rapping their lungs out, trying to kick some ass, get the check, get their music out there, when we know that the record labels aren't even looking at rap like that from a global perspective?
Yeah.
What happens to the young South African hip-hop artist who's trying to rap today?
I've been saying they must hoy that lock drum. Americans don't have the lock drum. Listen,
take that back.
No, I'm not. Into their hip hop. Marquardt did that very well. It was like.
Is that shit working though?
Budget. If he was from the major label, that album would be big. But that's what we just spoke about.
Right.
There was no money to push that album. But the idea was there. If you go back and listen to Marco's album, it's hip hop and there's that lock drum that you don't find it anywhere in the world.
Mzonkonko. Piano is
that's our sound. We're gonna work hard and try our best to sound like Young Thug and that Atlanta shit, and you're gonna sound ridiculous. You're gonna sound ridiculous to those people.
Essentially, what the labels are saying is, around the world, they are not looking for rappers and hip hop niggas anymore. They're looking for, in South Africa especially, they're looking for the piano dudes that are moving. Like the genre is growing to whatever it's growing to.
Yeah.
But they're not coming here asking us, like, who's the hottest hip hop cat? They're like, yo, who's got the hottest song?
Yeah.
And it's all about the hot song.
Whether you rap or sing, because you can take Amaroto or Sizwe Alakain or Dosh. There's a lot of rappers within the piano,
True.
Who are killing it, making money and are big, I don't think it matters whether you rap or you sing, but if you can get the sound right.
So someone like a Shoma Josie, would you say she's got the sound right in terms of being able to tap into the sound that record labels are saying? If they're saying we're coming to Africa, South Africa specifically, they're looking for a fuck you mean,
Yeah, like Shoma Josie has always been about like the South African sound, because her first album was Gqom, and then she dropped Amapiano. Whatever is happening at the time, That's where she's at.
So if hip hop was kicking some ass, you think she'd be dropping some hip hop joints, right? There was a time when everyone was saying she's a hardcore rapper.
She did rap on a few.
MC was the word.
Yeah, nah, she did rap on a few joints, but like business-wise, it wasn't working.
So now, what do we do as Africa when we know that the big labels with the big money who can make you blow up, and you're a young guy who's been dropping some nice, you know, hip hop, even if it's not boom bap, but you tap into the makwas, you tap into the different sounds that you can tap into. What happens to you now when you're trying to look for a deal, knowing very well that Universal's not looking at hip hop niggas right now?
I think they should be looking at the music. What's new? It could be hip hop, it could be gqom, it could be amapiano, it could be ushun. You know, they wait until Nkabi Nation is doing that ushun thing and it's selling and people are loving it. Record labels always follow trends. They never set trends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nothing was started by a big record label.
No.
They see what's happening and they jump on it. You know, if we can formulate our own movement like Nkabi Nation did, like Java and his camp did, record labels will fall into it.
Yeah, easier said than done though, right?
But it's doable. I'm mentioning examples that did it.
Yeah, it is doable. I mean, but now we're going to take it into our own hands, you know? And I think based off that, let's piggyback and segue into the class because it's relevant what we're talking about, you know? So, Trippy!
Wait, before.
Oh, shit!
Wait, before.
Hey. Who pissed you off?
Nah, nobody. I wanted to ask you about the Back to the City lineup. Are you happy? How do you feel?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I'm happy with the Back to the City lineup. I feel like Back to the City, and that's what people sometimes I feel misconstrued. Back to the City has never been about putting on the niggas that are on. You know what I mean? It's always about being somewhere you can watch someone perform that you've never seen or heard of before.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing for me with Back to the City. The guys that are there, yeah, they dope to make the show better for non-heads like myself. But when I see a lineup like that, though, and I'm seeing so many of these young dudes that you put on, right?
Yeah.
And I'm really pleased about that main aspect.
Yeah.
I've been seeing people squealing about not having Casper and MT and all these guys, but I realized that besides it being scheduled, I do know that Blackie and them were late last year, you know? So they probably wouldn't want to do the gig either. But we don't need those because Back to the City is not about the guys who are already on.
And besides, people will complain without even knowing that we talk to the artist. We don't post about it. We're not gonna come back and say public announcement. Casper and Nasty C are going on tour. That's why we don't have to explain why the artist is not on the lineup.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. But also understand what Back to the City is, you know? So outside of this lineup, another thing that makes Back to the City what it is the international act.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like for whoever you bring, whether it's old school, new school, with the guys that you have right now on that lineup, it's enough to showcase if, let's say, whoever you bring in is an alien.
Yeah.
And you're like, can you please play this alien some hip hop?
Yeah.
And you gave them that lineup. I don't think he'd be upset with that. You know what I mean? I need to commend you because I spoke some shit a couple episodes back.
You always do.
And I said that y'all niggas ain't helping the young dudes who are doing events already plug into your shit so that you can teach them how to do their own little Back to the City. You know?
But we've always been about that life.
I get that, but like now I've seen it happen and I'm seeing it happen. I see there's a whole stage.
Thomas.
Obvious, you know what I mean?
So another thing, Back to the City has never been about the lineup, the rappers.
It's not.
And that's why
people don't understand. It's not hip hop.
That's why we sold 8,000 tickets before the lineup was announced. Because people don't give a fuck who's performing. They're going there for the experience. You know, the experience there is amazing. Even when you go there, you end up maybe seeing 30% of the performances because there's a lot of things to attend to.
It's the only event, I think, in Africa that showcases all elements of hip-hop in one. the rap is only part of it.
Yeah.
The hip hop and the performances and seeing who's on stage is only part of it.
Yeah.
It's about discovering new art
It's
a
a hip hop festival. It's not a rap festival.
So I wasn't upset with the lineup, doggy. I don't know who you left out that was really upset. Anyone who was pissed off that they didn't make it?
I don't know. It's the fans. It's not the artist. Like, why is so and so not on the lineup? But we spoke to him. Why should we explain it to you?
And I get that. Like I'm saying, there's obviously history and things that happen behind the scenes that people will never know. Yeah. As an artist myself, if I'm blowing up and something happens to me at Mufftown Heights, then I'm not trying to go perform at Mufftown Heights again. You know what I mean? And those things come into play as well. You know, so people must understand that it's not about the big names. It's about the international act. Whoever's coming in better be fucking hot, Rashid.
It's not even about the international act, because he will perform at 7 p.m. and then right? Probably you'll have a race after the international act. You know,
it's not about just the music and just not. It's about how many artists you guys got this year? Like 40 plus.
40 plus, 15 DJs, 3 stages. Crazy shit. There's another lineup, because Back to the City is 2 days this year. On a Sunday, but it's not hip hop. It's gonna be, you know, the Thandiswa Mazwai type bands neo soul, that vibe.
Okay. What, the next day, same place?
Same place the next day.
All right. So
we also have an international. We also have an international neo soul on that day. Yeah.
All right. So
it's 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. Huh? You know, yeah.
Let me throw some names out there. Nod your head twice if I'm right.
Not even.
All right.
Common sense.
No.
Okay, let's go. Let's go to class.
Wait. I'm gonna give you 5 names. Tell me if I'm Nas.
Go on.
Just give us 5 names.
Nas.
No, he's giving 5 names.
Not Nas. So common Nas, no. Right?
Go ahead.
I'm thinking people who are mashed a little bit with Hennessy.
Rakim is
Redman
and Hennessy ambassador.
Redman and Method Man.
Redman and Method Man.
That would be fucking insane.
Sheesh.
Oh yeah.
What about the ladies? Has Back to the City ever have an international?
We had Rap City the other year.
Ooh, that's fire. Might as well bring her back. She ain't bad. She ain't bad. You might as well bring her back. When I was watching the 50th celebration, the one they did at the Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
There was a couple of people there. I was like, yo, these guys could come out here. If we had Lost Boys in them last year.
Yeah.
What about Onyx? Bring Onyx out here, huh?
Onyx was here.
The Fugees.
2017.
You know, bring Lauren. Crazy.
Nah, maybe the other.
Wycliffe. You've had Wycliffe.
No, we haven't.
No.
We haven't had Wycliffe.
Shit. Who's crazy, niggas? Who's the head?
Papoose.
Ooh.
Papoose would be dope.
Papoose would be
Motel Technique would be dope.
Nah, but Motel's too much.
Too much for who?
Maybe it might be bad, but I won't even come here.
Alright, no stress now. Let's get into class. Huh? Throw some names in the comment section of who you think is pulling up international wise, but let's all buy some tickets. Don't hit us up asking for tickets. We don't have.
We don't have free tickets.
Go buy. It's like $250, right?
Yeah. Like I have like 8 people in my team already. What makes you think I'm gonna leave these people and give you the tickets?
So any activations coming up, Rashid?
The activations you got it that you're coming up for Back to the City? People must come out.
Yeah, the Masterclass Hip Hop Sundays, the 10th of September, which is next weekend, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this is the 1st of September today. Today is the 1st of September.
Yeah.
So the 10th is
Word. Next week.
Next week Sunday.
Pull up, man.
Yeah, pull up. We're gonna like merge it up with Back to the City activation.
Again.
Yeah.
The last one we did was crazy. Check that one out. There's also one of the episodes on the channel.
Yeah.
Go see what we do, man, when we do this Hip Hop Sunday thing. But let's get into class, man. Damn.
Yeah, let's get to it.
Yeah, dog. Hit the ball, that trippy trip, or Nkuli, whoever's there with editing.
What the fuck?
Yeah, hit the ball there, Trippy, man. Shout out to Trippy in the background, always editing our stuff when he's around.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Big shout out to him.
Very quiet dude.
Check out his music. He's also got some songs. Don't say I never pushed you, nigga.
Shout out to Trippy.
Yeah, man. Class today, dog. I saw you wanted to speak. I wish we had caps for this one. And then we could have the cap that would write here, make SA hip-hop great again.
Yeah. How do we do that, though?
Wait, let's start as, is it not great?
Not like it used to be.
What do you mean used to? When you say used to, from when then? We've had
that discussion.
The history of
2014 to 2018. Can we take it back there?
Why would that be the golden era for you?
Because it was dominating the charts, the awards, the events, the airwaves. It was
more than the time when Kwaito and hip hop was sort of more than that time.
More than that time.
Okay.
More than that time.
What do you think happened? Because I knew we were trying to make it great again, right? So where did we fuck it up? Where did we lose our fucking track?
I think that's the biggest question. Like, before we can attempt to answer, we must find the problem before we come with the solution. Yeah. What went wrong? What's
Can I tell you?
What's not adding up right now?
From my perspective.
Yeah.
And 2014 to 18, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the time when I was really fully invested in hip hop, and I'll tell a story of how when I got to Y, right?
Yeah.
This was 2014, literally, and C's and them had just finished from doing their stuff at Y.
Yeah.
And there was the Hip Hop Hot 99. Remember the Hip Hop Hot 99?
Yeah, Hot 99.
When I got there, they spent a full year, from 2014 to 15, with no hip hop being played at all at the station. Young Todd. And to me, that sort of said that something is not right in terms of the hip hop space. And I feel like from that time when we moved from hardcore radio season scoop type rap into now we're starting to make music, something went wrong, and then we got it right by starting to be able to make music. You know what I mean? Instead of making, it wasn't anymore about the boom bap and the rap.
Yeah.
We're now starting to be able to compete with other genres. You could have a Casper compete with Rebecca Malope on the charts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel like that transition plays a big factor in where we went wrong, in that we neglected it for a little bit. We loved it from 2014. And now the same thing is happening. It got neglected again.
Yeah, I think one of the problems is the record labels. We don't have hip-hop record labels. You know, those who pretend to be hip-hop record labels are strictly business. They're all about numbers. If you don't sell, they drop you. You know, Lance once said, when Kwaito was big, he was like, I'm keeping POC.
Yeah.
I don't care whether they're selling 30 copies. These guys will be here forever. You know, we don't have labels that have hip hop's best interest.
And at heart.
At heart. We don't have those. You know, they may pretend to be a hip hop label, but if you don't sell, they drop you. It's strictly business at the end of the day. You know,
what you technically
disguised as hip hop.
It's about the money.
It's about the money. It's about the money. That's problem number one.
But now here's before we go too far, right? If you're saying it was about the money, what made us be able to have the money then in 2014 to be able to blow up? Was it because we had quality music?
It was a combination of everything. Quality music, the hype, new artist, creativity, the new sound. You know what I mean? People don't want to experiment now. You want to listen. Hey, what's popping? Hey,
what's making money?
What's making money? Oh, that's Java shit. That Big Zulu shit. Then you all jump to it, and then everyone is in Gabi now when they sing that shit.
Yeah.
You know. But we've heard that shit before.
Do you feel from... We're cutting.
This card is full, this camera is off. So
but that one's still rolling.
Continue.
Okay. Alright then. So what you're technically saying is that one of the big factors for you is financial. Hip hop blew up because the finances were made available because of the music that was being made.
Yeah.
In 2014 to 2018.
Yes.
And what do you feel then was the difference between 2014 to 2018 from 2018 up? Because now you're saying, if these are the same guys, that 4 years, it's the same guys making a lot of money. Why couldn't they sustain making that new in that space with the same kind of music? Not the consumer? Do we not blame ourselves? Because that's where I'm heading to, really, with the conversation. Is that I blame niggas.
Okay, you must understand that 90% of the ambitious roaster left.
Yeah.
You know, as great as they were, on their own, they're not as great. I'm not saying musically.
No, I feel
in terms of pushing.
Yeah.
Some artists,
the machine.
Some artists never been on radio since they left Ambitious.
Facts.
Because they lost the machine. You know, others left. Mabala Noise shut down. Artists left. Family Tree. You know, it's gonna have a negative, no matter the reasons are. The label is ripping you off, what, blah, 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 blah. But there's gonna be a negative effect when you leave that machine.
Word.
You know?
I hear you, man.
Casper ended up deciding no more artist at Family Tree. You know what I mean?
Because he couldn't run that.
Yeah. And some artists that we used to hear every now and then from Family Tree, we can't hear them after that. From Ambitious, we can't hear them after that. From Mabala Noise, we can't hear them after that.
We're not exposed to it like that no more.
Yeah.
Because we followed them because those guys were pushing that scale.
They were pushing,
making sure that these
they were pushing as a collective. Rap Life was pushing as a collective. You know what I mean? It's not like TLT can't do music anymore. They can. Probably the same or even better, but they don't have the machine
to push them anymore.
To push
now it's
their
about
music.
them pushing it themselves. There's no more PR.
You know what I'm saying? We don't have hip hop labels.
Here's my question to you, my
Yeah.
dog, right? What happened? Because we spoke about the financials, right? And we
Yeah,
said
yeah,
that
yeah.
was a big factor in why. What happened to loyalty to your craft? I feel like there's none of that no more. Like you're saying, people jump onto the hottest wave.
Yeah.
Whatever's popping, if I hear that sound, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna go make the type of sound. But what happened to the Nas culture of like, you know what, 2023, I'm still dropping that hard rap, even if you guys don't like Magic too. But I'm still sticking. I'm selling what I do.
Yeah.
Not doing what I sell.
The thing is, you can't. Once you sign that contract, you can't claim that you're loyal, because you are owned. We can tell you that, hey, Afrobeats is the shit now. Amapiano is the shit now. Your loyalty there in the streets, not here. Here, this is a place of business. This is the place of business. Nas can do that because he's independent now. He can drop 3 albums in a year.
And do whatever he wants.
And do whatever he wants. But he couldn't do that when he was with Colombia.
Okay, cool. And you're speaking very contractually in terms of people who have deals.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the guys who don't have deals and don't even have a chance of signing a deal.
Yeah.
But you're out here, you're making hip-hop because hip-hop was dope in 2014 to 2018. Then it's not so dope anymore, right?
Yeah.
Then you're like, fuck it, if the Yanos is hot, or if like, you know, Afrotech is hot, I'm going to go do an Afrotech song so that I can blow up. I'm asking, what happened to the loyalty of what you do? Because now, as an artist, I don't know what you do. Like, you know how people, if you're an artist and you paint, I know, or you're a graffiti artist, that's how you paint. Or you paint like this with a fine brush or whatever. But now, if you're the guy who's doing it all, what happens to the loyalty of that craft? And I feel like without that loyalty, that's how this thing will never be great, because people can chop and change according to what's hot.
I know a lot of artists who are loyal to poverty.
I don't know about that. What? What do you mean?
Saying, I'm here. I'm going to die with this thing. You know, there's a lot of artists who are loyal to poverty. You know, I've seen a lot of people are taking resin, Sizo Alakain, who has mad hip-hop classics that didn't sell shit. And he does piano and he gets his first gold.
Yeah.
Because you didn't support him, you have no right to attack Sizwe when you don't support him. He has like gang of classics. He has like gang of classics, hip hop classics that you didn't buy, that you didn't stream, that you didn't view. Now you're gonna tell him shit because he's piano. He's there. He's received his first gold in his whole entire life.
And that's where this conversation goes, is because I wanted us to get to the fact that the problem is not the artist or the music.
Yeah.
The problem is the people who consume the music. You know what I mean?
That's why I'm saying Sizwe Reason was like, I love this shit. This shit is dope. But I'm not gonna be loyal to poverty.
And I get it, man. I won't even lie to you. Like, I do feel I get it because the consumer's mind works like that.
Yeah.
And that's why I always, whenever we speak like charts and lists and top tens and shit, I always say to you, like, the biggest concern for me is not about the heads that listen to hip hop. It's the people that don't care about it. You know? And I feel because there's so many people who just, in South Africa especially, we're a dance cultured, you know, nation. When you drop the lyrical type shit, unless you can find a way to make people dance while you're doing that shit, it's not gonna blow, because the consumer's mind in South Africa, when they hear music, it's not about how it makes you, it's about how can this turn up. And that's what I feel like is the problem, is how we consume the music. We end up fucking up these artists who can't stick to their craft anymore because we're demanding them to change their sound, even though we know that he doesn't need to.
That's why I said on episode 4 or episode 5 that we shouldn't claim the fans. South Africans who love music can fuck with Nasty C today and fuck with Black Coffee tomorrow.
Tomorrow, easily.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So don't you ever think that I have the fans, I can do whatever I like. No. They go with whatever
is hot
at the time. You know, it could be Scabs at the Small today. It's Prince KB tomorrow.
Word.
It's whatever's hot at the time. So don't think that, okay, because my first song went gold or it went platinum, these people love me, so I'm just gonna bullshit from now on. No.
Am I being too harsh on music consumers when I say that we don't know how to consume music? Am I being too harsh when I say that we just fuck with whatever's hot?
Yeah, you are. Because it's deeper than that. The motherfucker who's a compiler is feeding the consumer. You know,
which I've seen myself.
Yeah, it's feeding the consumer. You cannot just blame the end product. Like, find the root cause. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was saying, that for us to bring hip-hop back, to make SA hip-hop great again, we need people in strategic positions. We need hip-hop compilers, or compilers who are hip-hop heads, content producers who are hip-hop heads. But the problem we have most of the time, if I'm hip-hop, then I get a job. And then fuck hip-hop, as long as I'm getting paid here.
Yeah, it gets that.
You know, they do that a lot. I know a lot of people, a lot of hip-hop people who are in corporate, you know, they don't care about the game as long as they are sorted. You know, so that's one of the stumbling blocks facing hip-hop.
Facing us, making us skate again.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
We gotta fix that shit, yo. These ladies and these niggas that are working in PR, I'm talking directly to y'all, man. Y'all need to take this shit more seriously. I saw an incident now with that ESTG homie, right, where he did an interview at Barstool with the homie from Barstool. Shout out to everyone on that shit. And he walked out during the interview. I don't know if you saw that shit during the week. ESTG walked out in the interview, and it was to the point where the PR just wanted to get him there, but they don't know if he even wants to be there. You know what I mean? Like, that's what's happening right now. Like, PR will hit me up for an interview with an artist. They just want to push their music, and I'm like, nah, I don't like doing interviews like that.
Yeah.
Where you just want to come here and talk about I'll tell you about your album. Don't tell me about your album. You made it for me, right, to listen to.
You know what I mean?
So I don't want you to come tell me I'll tell you what I think of your shit, right? So when you're here and you're having that kind of interview, the homie from Barstool was asking him questions that had nothing to do. They spoke about aliens and basketball and NFL and all that type of shit. And this nigga was like, you know what? I came here to do my interview. My PR lady told me that we're here to talk about my album.
Yeah.
But I can see that my PR told you that we can talk about whatever. You know? So also that connect, man, like, be careful who you work with and how you work with them.
Yeah, and another
they might
thing,
have a, sorry to cut you down, they might have a different reasoning for working with you in the first place. They're not working with you because they think you have potential. They're not working with you because they think you have potential. They're working with you because they can make money from you. So always keep that in mind, that whatever's going on here, you are in charge, you are the boss. You pay these motherfuckers to work for you. So don't allow them to make you do shit that you don't want to do.
Yeah, and another thing, you little rappers, you young rappers, when you run out of rhymes, stop running away to podcasts.
What do you mean?
Like, you're still young, you're still in your prep. Why would you quit rap for a podcast, to start a podcast?
Oh. I mean,
you know.
Like who, duh? Shit.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, everyone. Podcast is a podcast. Anyone can start a podcast.
I know anyone can start a podcast, but don't use that as an alternative when you run out of rhymes. You want to stay relevant. Now you run to podcast.
I'll tell you one thing. The podcast right now, like, there's only a handful of, like, 2 handful of people who are making serious dough from it. You're more likely to get a hit song and make that shit. But
yeah,
if you work at it and you're consistent, then maybe you can. I don't mind niggas starting podcasts. The industry must grow.
Yeah, I'm not saying it shouldn't, but don't use it as an you can use it, rap and have your podcast. Don't run to the podcast when you run out of rhymes. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying don't do a podcast.
Niggas can't be running out of rhymes though in 2023. What the fuck is we doing then? Y'all might as well just go do some Afro tech.
What the fuck?
How are we running out of bars, nigga?
So what the fuck are they not rapping for?
Because they doing the
podcast. You know what I'm saying?
On songs,
so, but anyway, hip hop podcast. 90% of hip hop podcasts are dead without the interviews.
Facts. These are actually most podcasts are dead without interviews.
Yeah,
there's very few podcasts that can just last with people just talking shit.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's get to we figured out what fucked out.
Yeah.
Let's get to the solution, man. How do we fix this?
Like I was saying, hip hop people into strategic positions, and when they get there, they shouldn't switch up.
So as you as a hip hop nigga, if I came through to you and I was like, yo, Rashid, I need this hip hop thing to blow up, you're ahead, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, but I know people won't really fuck with this music because it's not the greatest.
Yeah.
But here's an envelope. Would you be able to push it?
I'm like, you're gonna need, if your song is average, but you wanna push it down people's throats.
Yeah.
And then your budget has to be big. Cause I need to go pay that compiler, pay that DJ, pay that, you know what I mean? Make sure it's on high rotation. So that's the only way. That's why you hear average shit every day on radio.
That's crazy.
It's paid for. It's paid for. If you wanna join them, you must have their budget.
No, I understand what you're saying. That's why I'm saying it's like it's very tough to tell people not.
But like hip hop heads when it comes to business, they're stubborn. No, I'm not gonna pay for airplay. No, fuck the PR.
You shouldn't be paying for airplay.
You shouldn't. You should not
be paying for airplay.
But it's a known secret. Even in America, you have all these labels and the big
I don't know about it.
Yeah.
Known secret.
What?
People are paying. I've never seen it happen.
Go, there's documentaries about that shit. Even in America, they even pay motherfuckers not to play motherfuckers.
Yeah, it's wild too, right? That's like last level haterade.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
What?
So we can't pretend that shit doesn't exist. It does exist. Motherfuckers take brown envelopes. There wouldn't be a word payola if that shit didn't exist.
Yeah, maybe 1 or 2 bad apples, dog. How? Word up, man. Let's fix SA hip hop.
Denial.
Here's my take.
Denial is not the name of the river in Egypt.
Here's my take on this thing, right? I feel like, and this is always my statement, if you watch the masterclass, if you're a regular student, this is one of the things I love to say.
Yeah.
SA hip hop will never be great, will never be good, will never be competing until SA hip hop music is good enough. The only reason why we popped in those 4 or 5 years of the golden era is because the music was shit hot. You know what I mean? And the music was global. It was not just hardcore rap. It was not just gassy rap. It was a mixture of almost everything. And it was in demand. It was relatable. You know, yes. But the game has changed since then. But but the music can't change because the game changed. Because relatability is the most important part. Listen, I receive hot songs on daily basis. You know, I sit there on my own like, this shit should be on high rotation. Probably will never get played, not even once. Make it. Yeah, you know, because it's more than just the music. It's more than just the music. Okay. There's a lot of hot songs out there, super hot. But like I can take those songs and play them on radio all day and replace all that nonsense that they play. Replace Drake. You know what I mean? But it's the maneuvering. How do you get there? Who do you convince? How do you convince them for that song to make it? You know what I'm saying? So I know a lot of people like, fuck radio, fuck TV. Stop lying. Those are our biggest channels. How many views do you have on YouTube? How many streams do you have on Spotify? So it's not the time to say fuck radio yet. I feel you. That's where you get the bookings. People are not going to book you from Spotify. Nah. People are going to book you because you're on radio. They see you on TV. Which means you got a bit of a clout. We must stop lying to each other. No, I'm with you, dog. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the music must be great, and you're saying it goes beyond just that. Yeah, obviously that's a no-brainer. Step number 1. Music must be great. Okay, we have great music, and then what? Yeah. Think about that one to make SA hip hop great again. You know, I don't think we don't have the answer for that. We don't have the answers. We don't got it, Sway. But we'll tell you what you need to do. But we just gave you something to think about. Word, man. Big shout out, though. Let's get into the free period. Let's get into the free period. Before they kick us out. Big shout out to M Studios. We're always out here, man. M Studios representing. Standard. The first podcast to ever do their thing. Yeah, we've been here for 2 years. Yeah, let's get our shit off, actually. Huh? Black Slim. We always been out here, dog. Yeah. Nah, we come first. I'm playing. Number 1, all of them come second. Big shout out, man. Always showing us love. Anybody who's trying to do the same thing, I'm sure they'll do the same for you. So come through. It's the free period. We're doing BlackaneseMiranda. BlackaneseMiranda. Yeah. I saw her video there. I saw her music video there. We got a new music video out? Yeah. As a solo artist. That's what I was about to say. Remember there was a duo. Yeah, I know from the Blasians, you know. Yeah. What? One got famous and the other, what happened? You know the Beyonce syndrome. What do you... That's how groups break up. Because one becomes a Beyonce and then... And the other one just keeps making music. Yeah. Big shout out to BlackaneseMiranda. I think she's one half of the Blasians. Yeah. Yeah, man, we've known her for quite a bit. She's performed at Afro Brew Days. Yeah. Yeah, that was the first time I met them, though, and I was so surprised when they performed. I was like, yo... That's like... You know, the first time I met them... Not shy at all. The first time I met them was in Midrand at Speedy and Professor's music video. Oh, word? Yeah, so we're shooting that music video. So afterwards, I was just blomming with them and AB Crazy. Because the rest of the guys was like... old timers, right? You know, so we ended up chilling together, and we ended up on the trampoline. Okay, this story is getting wild, and yeah, and we on the trampoline. Doing what on the trampoline? What do you do on the trampoline? Okay, bouncing up and down. Yeah. And then, so that's the first time I met them. Okay, not the raps. You met them on the trampoline. Yeah, trampoline, and they told me, hey, we also rap, like, yeah, the numbers, and they sent me the songs, and I booked them for Hip Hop Sundays. Yeah, which is really cool, man. I saw them perform there at Hip Hop Sundays, and I was like, oh, these are 2 girls who are, you know, they're more performers. When I saw them, I was like, yo, this would be really cool. Yeah. But now we know there's BlackaneseMiranda. She's doing her own thing. Yeah, she's doing her solo stuff now. Dropped a couple of songs. There's a song I had on my show on 5 Minutes of Fame. Yeah. and she sent us, I forgot the name of the song.
I'm sure it's the same one.
It's catchy as fuck.
Yeah, I'm sure it's the same one with the vid.
Is it? It's called Hook or Ikoras. Hook.
Yeah.
Now I fuck with that joint.
Yeah,
it's
pretty dope.
I like that song.
Dope. Shout out Miranda, we'll see you.
Big shout out to you, man. We'll see you at Hip Hop Sundays. Pull up. Producers,
the kids next door.
Kids Next Door. They've been in the game. Man.
They've been in the game.
Yeah.
Why are we reviewing them now?
I don't know. I mean, we're in episode 105, right?
105. It means there's a lot of producers, man.
You can go back each episode. There's a producer if you need one. But these guys, if you don't have the money, you're fucked.
Yeah, they cut some few hits.
Like a couple of hits.
Yeah. You know.
Kids Next Door.
Yeah, they from the Beast Rent.
Oh word, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they worked with Saxo, DJ Nap, Nomfundo Yegane, a couple of other artists, Zendi, you know, Mahali.
Yeah, I mean, dog, that's what I'm saying. Like, for us
the list is endless.
We're just shining a light on what these producers do.
Yeah.
Because nobody else does.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't know the Kids Next Door, it's okay. We'll put you on here on the masterclass. Please go check out their stuff. Just search Kids Next Door on YouTube, and they'll pull up, man. A lot of hits behind their name.
Yeah,
and a lot of years as well.
They're doing amazing things, man.
Would you say they've done their 10,000 hours?
I think they still at it. They're
going towards 10K.
Yeah.
Alright, big shout out to the Kids Next Door, man.
Kids Next Door.
We fucks with y'all, dog.
That's
we fucks
what's
with
up.
y'all on the masterclass. They must come through and give us a what are we doing with Immortal Beats on the 10th?
Beat presentation.
Yeah, they must
October,
Kids
they
Next
must
Door,
come.
you guys got next.
October,
You got next. Alright, let's review some shit. Review.
IndigoStella.
IndigoStella. One of the most anticipated FMC albums of 2023.
Yeah.
Definitely. Debut, right?
No.
Sophomore.
I think so, if not the third.
Third?
Mm.
Nah, she ain't dropped 3.
Yeah, I know. She was nominated at the Sahas a long time ago. She's been around.
For the first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me just double check.
I'm checking now. There was Indigo, but that wasn't full album. And then she dropped an IndigoStella, which is... IndigoStella would be... Oh, shit. IndigoStella then would be the first.
The first album?
Full project.
I
think there's just EPs, man. When I'm looking
at EPs?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She dropped Return to the Sun. No Cap, No Smoke. Hungry. Those are all just singles and EPs.
Yeah, but I know she has like few projects out.
Big shout out to IndigoStella, man. IndigoStella. I can't speak bad on it.
Mm-hmm.
But I also feel like it's one of those albums where it's like, shit, we've been waiting for so much music from IndigoStella, we don't know what to expect anymore. And then she gave us almost everything, I think. She gave us singing Indigo, sorry. She gave us singing Indigo, she gave us rapping Indigo, she gave us producer Indigo, you know, she gave us the soulful shit as well. All of it in like one piece.
Yeah, but I think she gave us more singing than rapping.
She raps though, you know.
Few songs.
And we were expecting bars, right?
Not even bars, raps, just raps. I know she's a better rapper than a singer, but she gave us more singing than rapping.
I think with her in mind, because I did speak to her and I had an interview with her, so I heard some of these songs like way before, like early in the month of August when she came through, and we spoke about the album. And from then, when I had heard those songs, I could tell, okay, there are some songs that she's hoping might catch on, like Twice and shit like that. Those might be able to become like those hit singles, 1 or 2 hit singles on there. But it's also going to be coming with the push that she's getting from whoever she's working. But a lot of, I don't know if I'm going to run it back like that, to be honest.
I don't know. But the song that stood out for me before even Boss Up, that's a classic IndigoStella.
And you feel like you felt like you needed more of that in this album?
Yes, I did.
She gave a couple of tunes from that feel, but not enough.
Not enough.
Because we're expecting a certain, the fans, they were full of shit also, right?
Yeah.
We're expecting something specific from her.
That's why we are friends, because we have expectations. But
it's like you're dating us.
Yeah. Other than that, it's a beautiful musical project. If you don't listen with a hip hop ear.
Okay.
Yeah, like musically, it's a brilliant project.
If you just listen to it in jail.
Yeah.
Now, I also enjoyed it because it's Indigo, first of all, and I've been waiting to like see what you can put together as a project. But I also feel like, you know, it's 10 songs if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, 11 songs.
Yeah, I just wish she had like worked on these 11 songs. And I mean, if you're gonna do 11, give me a video for each, maybe. You know?
11 music videos.
Why not?
I know how much a music video is.
Ah man, Indigo's good for it though. She got that Cape Town money.
Like 25k minimum.
For one video.
For one video.
Yeah, she good for it.
Multiply by 11.
I know Indigo got it like that. It was like 2.5 something.
Okay.
Now I'm playing, man. Rate the album.
I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10.
I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10.
6?
Yeah.
You don't like the album?
Not that I don't like the album. That's 60%. That's a pass.
Why 6?
I do like the album. I just I wanted more from, like you're saying, I don't have that hit. This is gonna be a good. Man. It's gonna, if it's the debut.
Twice, Wait on Me, Old Me, Ran Halfway, Love Letter.
Come on, good
Love
music.
Letter to me.
Good music. Just I
Are you
gave it
being
a 6.
stingy? You being stingy?
No. I wish if we had that Boss Up single, I'd move it to an 8. But I love Twice, but I don't see it doing the same shit that her other stuff did. But it's a good album to go listen to if you're on a long drive, driving to wherever you're going around Zanzi. Bump that shit, man. But 6 for me.
8 for me. Shout.
Welcome to the masterclass. Welcome to the masterclass. Yo, you don't even have to ask. You're all